All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Bacha Kodash, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And the name of this lesson, as you can see, is going to be, but they all began making excuses. And I got this quote here from the book of Luke, chapter 14 and the 18th verse. Now, I have this chapter here pulled up in the NLT version of the Bible, so it's going to sound a little different from the KJV. But nevertheless, I go into this passage, man, and I pray that this is edifying, okay? Because this parable that Yahweh Shai is going to speak about is it's talking about doing the work, man, okay? But in this parable, man, Yahweh Shai, he highlights how the man who was given this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding made excuses not to do the work. And we see that in Israel, man, of guys who get this wisdom, get this knowledge, but they don't want to put the work in, man, because they have things going on in their lives that is just so important that they can come out to the highways and byways and teach and learn. Do videos, okay? But for all you guys who got excuses, man, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to make it. And you know you're not going to make it. Or maybe you don't. But in this lesson, you're going to find out if you're making excuses for not preaching this gospel, man, for not doing the work, but the Lord not going to save you, man, okay? It's not going to be pretty for you. So this will be an exhortation to continue to fight the good fight of faith, man. Also, okay, to continue to push out this word and do your part, okay? So without further ado, I'll get into this lesson here. It says, Parable of the Great Feast. Luke chapter 14, starting at verse 15, it says, hearing this, a man sitting at the table with Yahweh Shai exclaimed, what a blessing it would be to attend a banquet in the kingdom of the Most High. 16th verse. It says that Yahweh Shai replied with this story, a man prepared a great feast and sent out many invitations. What is this great feast that the Lord has prepared? This wisdom and knowledge, man. All right. This work. And he sent out many invitations, okay? Spiritually, he invited us to this feast, man. He sent a spiritual email to your mind, okay? And for those of us who have it, hey, man, it's a blessing, okay? It's a blessing to have this spiritual invitation into this great feast of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And let's prove that this great feast is talking about this wisdom and knowledge. As you see here, Proverbs, the 9th chapter, the heading says wisdom invitation. So the invite that we have, brothers, is this wisdom and knowledge, man. Okay, or it came from this wisdom and knowledge. All right. It says, wisdom had built her house. She had hewn out her 7 pillars. She had killed her beasts. She had mingled her wine. She had also furnished her table. So everything is prepared. It says she had sent forth her maidens, all right? And who are the maidens that wisdom has sent forth? The prophets, the teachers, okay, the apostles, the elders, the brothers. We are the maidens that the Lord has sent. It says she cried upon the highest places of the city. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanted understanding, she said to him, come, eat of my bread and drink of the wine which I have mingled. And this is representing the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. It says, Verse 6, forsake the foolish and live and go in the way of understanding. And this is what we're saying out there on the highways and the byways to our people, man. Forsake the foolish and live. Okay, stop being niggas, man. Repent. Okay? Come back to your power, man. Come back to your heritage. Okay? Come back to this knowledge, man. So going back to Luke, reading 16 again, it says, Yahushua replied, with this story, a man prepared a great feast and sent out many invitations. Verse 17 says, when the banquet was ready, he sent his servant to tell the guests, come, the banquet is ready. And the prophets are out there telling the guests, okay, those who have this invitation, those who have came across this knowledge, come, the banquet is ready. It's time, man. It's time to come to the feast. It's time to come to the banquet, okay? But what Jake gonna do, or what Jake did, verse 18, but they all began making excuses. Who was the one making the excuses? Those who have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Those who have this invitation, man, who don't want to do the work. They began making excuses, okay? Now, before I continue on, I want to get the word excuse here in the Etymology Online Dictionary. And it says excuse is a verb, mid-13th century, attempt to clear someone from blame. Find excuse for, right? Jake trying to clear themselves from blame for, so not doing the work by making some kind of excuse of why they can't do it, man. It says apologize, make excuses, pardon, exonerate from Latin, excusor, excuse, apologize, make an excuse for, plead as an excuse, release from a charge. Now, did not Paul tell Timothy that, look, I charge you to basically preach the gospel, man. Be instant in season, out of season. Okay, reprove, rebuke, make full proof of thy ministry. I'm roughly paraphrasing that, man. But we've been given a charge by Yahweh Shem Yahushua to preach his word, man. It says decline, right? Jake is declining the invitation from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got to be a damn fool, man. But you got guys doing it, okay? It says a refuse, excuse, the refusal of, it says X, out, a way, a casa, accusation, legal action. So I just wanted to read that word excuse so that you can just see what it means here in the etymon. Now also I want to get a precept here in the book of Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 32, and the 17th verse, okay? It says, a sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will, right? And you got guys doing this, man. Will find an excuse according to his will, his own pleasure, so that he ain't gotta, repent or be reproved or do the work. He always got an excuse. He always got something that's taking away his time, all right, from preaching the gospel, all right? But that's on you, man, okay? That's on you. Back in Luke, it says, but they all began making excuses. One said, I have just bought a field and must inspect it. Please excuse me. Another said, I have just bought 5 pairs of oxen and I want to try them out. Please excuse me. Now, before I continue reading on, I wanted to get the text commentary on these 2 verses here, verse 18 and 19, because they made a beautiful point to why these 2 excuses are foolish, all right, and don't make no sense, man. And the excuse in verse 18 is that I have just bought a field and must inspect it. And verse 19 says, I have just bought 5 pair of oxen and I want to try them out. Now, here is a text commentary, all right, for Luke 14. This is by David Guzik, okay? So I'm going to scroll down here. We're going to read, all right, about those excuses. And they're going to break it down, man, and show you how foolish those excuses were, okay? So I'll start here. Okay, now I read A. Okay, it says, a certain man gave a great supper and invited many. It says, Yahushua told a parable about a man who gave a great feast, a large banquet, inviting many people to come. Normally, this was just a sort of excuse me, I read it over. Normally, this was just a sort of occasion that people would be thrilled to attend and be quite happy to be invited, right? If you get invited to a banquet, bro, you know it's going to be live. Good food, good music, okay? All the goodies there. You're going to go and have a good time, man. Now, granted, this work ain't, all fun and games, okay? It's not like nothing to play with, but it's just using it as an example, okay? It says, come, all things are now ready. In an age before the clock, the date of the banquet was announced long before, but the exact time only was announced of the very day. So I'll go ahead and jump down to the excuses now. It says, this is C, but they all with one accord began to make excuses. Central to this parable are the excuses that were offered. The excuses are different, but really all the same. They all with one accord began to make excuses. It says, excuses are made. They are fashioned for convenience and are clung to in desperation. Hope doesn't begin until excuses end. Excuses are curses, and when you have no excuses left, there will be hope for you. It says, the excuses began to explain why such a wonderful invitation was rejected. It says, this answers an important question asked by many. If Christianity is so true and so good, why don't more people embrace it? Why don't more accept the invitation? And this ain't Christianity, man, all right? This is our heritage, man, of the Hebrew Israelites, okay? But why don't everybody amongst our people accept this thing, man? Knowing about the goodness of the scriptures and the promises to come, why don't Jake embrace it? Because 2/3 weren't meant to embrace this thing, man, of our people. The vast majority of Jake not going to accept this truth, man. No matter how good it sounds, no matter, the blessings of it, Jake don't give a damn. And the reason being is because the Most High God blinded them, okay? He blinded their minds, bugged them completely out. So Jake not going to embrace this thing, man. And even for those, who come across and, hear this word and agree for a little while, they ain't going to stick around, man. Because if they're not of the elect, they're going to be gone. Okay, they ain't going to find this thing interesting, man. So getting into it, it says, D, it says, I have bought a piece of ground. I have bought 5 yoke of oxen. The first 2 excuses had to do with material things and were foolish excuses. It says, only a fool first buys a piece of land and then goes to check it. Right. What the hell I look like buying some land that I don't know, if the land any good, is it fertile, right? Is it junk and trash on it? So can it be cultivated? You're not just about to go buy no land and then and they're gonna check out later on. No, man. You'll check it out first. Then you'll buy the land. Okay? But it was a guy, man, okay, who was a part of GMS, all right, in the Detroit camp. He said the same exact thing. Brother asked him why he went on the highways and byways. He said, because I bought some land and I had to tend to it. He said the exact same thing, and that shit scared the hell out of me. It scared the hell out of me, man, because I'm sure that he read this before. But the Lord bugged that guy out so much, he quoted the scripture, and brother, it didn't even register, okay, that he made this exact excuse to why he wasn't doing the work. It says, only a fool buys 10 oxen and is only interested in testing them after the purchase, right? I'm not finna buy no oxen if I don't know if they're, any good, man. I'm gonna test them out first, then I'll buy the oxen. So these guys are making foolish excuses, man, to why they didn't want to do the work. It says, when we buy something new, we are almost always preoccupied by it, right? Preoccupation with material things and experiences is a common excuse for not following your Yahushua, right? Jake caught up in his world, man. Entangled with the affairs of this life to where they can't go and serve your Yahushua. That's a scary thing, man. If you entangle with this life, brother, it's going to be hard for you to serve your Yahushua. Very hard, okay? Excuses not going to cut it, man. As they say, excuses are like buttholes. Everybody got one, man. Our Lord not dealing with that, brother. Okay? He's not dealing with no excuses, man. Okay? So going back here to Luke, all right? Reading verse 19 now, it says, another said, verse 20. Okay, it says, another said, I now have a wife, so I can't come. And this is a major one right here, brother. Jake and his family. I got a family, man. I can't share. If I was single, I'd go out there, some with our brothers and preach and teach, but shit, man, I got a family at home that, so I got to take care of, bro. I got a wife at the crib, bro. Jake. This is Jake, man, all the way, okay? Now, in the law, it says that, you know what? I'll read it. This is a law. Deuteronomy 24 and verse 5, it says, when a man had taken a new wife, right? Got a new baby, so she might be fine in the month, they get married, right? Whatever happened. It says, he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged with any business, but he shall be free at home 1 year and shall cheer up his wife, which he had taken. Ooh. So the law, the law say that if you get a wife, brother, you can take a year off. That's what the law say, y'all. Well, let's see what Yahushua gonna say. Luke 14:20 says, notice said, I now have a wife. Okay, I'm excited right now. I now have a wife, so I can't come. Now, before I read on, I'm gonna go back here to the text commentary, okay, and read it. It says, I have married a wife. It says this, the third excuse had to do with a man who puts his family before everything. The best thing we can show to our family is that they are not first in our lives, but that Yahushua HaMashiach is. Your family, your woman got to understand that, brother, that she is not the apple of your eye. She's not your first priority anymore. Your first priority is Yahushua. If she can't accept that, then she could tell her to beat her mother, boy. You know the rest. Tell her to beat her feet. If she can't accept you serving Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, then she can go. She can leave, brother. And plenty of brothers in the faith have dealt with that. You know how many women I lost, brother? Being in this truth, putting this truth first. And all the time that I've been preaching, okay, going on 9 years. How many women did I so-called lost? It happens, brother. It happens. They don't, look, for the most part, they're not going to respect this thing, man. Now, there's some women out there who, you know, they ain't got no problem with you doing the work, you know, and you know, so going out to the highways and byways and committing to this thing. But the vast majority of them got an issue with it, man. They got a real issue with you being with the brothers all the time, going out to the highways and byways, going to classes. They got an issue with that because you should be all about them. Okay, they're princesses, as a mama tell them when they're, you know, babies. Oh, baby, you're a princess, you're a queen, you da 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 da, you deserve the world, da 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 da. If a man ain't, you know, giving you his all, then F that nigga, da 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 da. I've heard what women told other women, man, okay, in my family, giving them the game, so to speak, man. They don't get it, brother. They don't freaking get it. But if you got a woman who is cool with you, bro, and she okay with you doing this thing, then, hey, look, brother, Most High had mercy on you. He had great mercy, okay? Great mercy, man. Because it don't work out for most of us. It don't work out for everybody. But yeah, man, them excuses ain't gonna cut it. Okay. If you have this wisdom and knowledge, brother, and you've been called to preach this gospel, then you should be doing it. Okay. Don't entangle yourself with the affairs of this life. And look, man, brothers take care of their families, bro. Okay, for the brothers who got families, brothers take care of their families. And their women, okay? And brothers, women, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got no problem with them, you know what I'm saying, teaching the word. But for the most part, that ain't the case, brother. You know? And so back in Luke 14:21, it says, the servant returned and told his master what they had said. His master was furious and said, go quickly into the streets and alleys of the town and invite the poor, the crippled, the blind, and the lame. So when Yahweh Shai, okay, this is in the parable, when he heard the excuses, he was furious. He was pissed off, like, what? Nigga, are you kidding me? Some land? Some oxen? Your woman? You put your woman before me, right? This your Yahweh Shai, man. Your woman not gonna save you, Ak. She's not gonna save you, brother. That's temporary pleasure, man. And that's what you know for the most part, but like, bro, that's what it is most part with women, bro. It's just that scratch, bro. That'd be the main part, bro. It don't be nothing else, bro. All it is that scratch. You gotta, you gotta scratch that itch. And that pretty much be it, bro. Bro, things are fucked up, bro, nowadays, bro. Your relationship is tainted, Doc. If she ain't no virgin, brother, she tainted, bro. That's just what it is. If she wasn't no virgin when you got her, she is tainted, my guy. But I guess in your mind, she everything. But Yahweh Shai was furious when he heard these excuses. And so he told his servants, go quickly into the streets and alleys of the town and invite the poor, the crippled, the blind, and the lame. And this is what we're doing now on the highways and the byways, man. It says, verse 22, after the servant had done this, he reported, there is still room for more. Meaning what? It's still work to do, brothers. It's still more work to do, man. As Yahushua said in Matthew chapter 9, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. There's still work to be done, bro. Okay? Verse 23 says, so his master said, go out into the country lanes and behind the hedges and urge anyone you find to come so that the house will be full. For none of those I first invited will get even the smallest taste of my banquet. So for you guys who came across this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, but didn't act upon it, then repent, then go teach the word, you won't taste the smallest of Yahushua's banquet. Meaning what? In other words, you ain't going to be saved, man. Because you're messing around, you're BSing, man. You're making excuses for not doing the work, bro. That's not going to cut it with Yahushua, man. I don't think some men understand how serious our Lord Yahushua is, man. He is serious, bro. Read the scriptures. The apostles were serious. In particular, the who there was? Apostle Paul. Right. In particular, him, man. He was serious about doing the work, man. Him and Barnabas got into it. Because Barnabas was trying to bring Mark along with, you know what? Look, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it, man. Paul was serious about this work, bro. Here in Acts 15. Show you how serious Paul was. It says, Acts 15:36. And some days after, Paul said unto Barnabas, let us go again and visit our brethren in every city where we have preached the word of the Lord and see how they do. So let's go check on the brothers, man. And see how they're doing in the faith. It says, and Barnabas determined to take with them John, whose surname was Mark. So Barnabas wanted to bring along Mark. It says, but Paul thought not good to take him with him, who departed from them from Pamphylia and went not with them to the work. So Paul didn't want to be around Mark. He didn't want him to go with them because he didn't want to do the work. So Paul like, hell no. No. I don't want this guy with me. Because he left the first time, man. He didn't want to go and do the work. It says, verse 39, and the contention was so sharp between them, meaning they got heated. It was a heated argument. It was a heated argument, man. It says that they departed asunder one from the other. And so Barnabas took Mark and sailed into Cyprus, and Paul chose Silas and departed, being recommended by the brethren unto the grace of the Most High. So the tension was so sharp between them, man, that they had to separate from each other. And Barnabas brought it out. They went to Cyprus. And then Paul went somewhere else and taught the word, man. They were serious about doing the work, bro. They weren't cutting for no excuses. Especially with the Apostle Paul. He was about it, man. He was about it, bro. He even mentioned, he said, look, I've outworked all of the apostles. He basically said that he outworked everybody. Now, you can say, Paul being proud of it. No, he wasn't being proud. He just telling the truth. He was outworking everybody, man. And not that he was doing, being wicked, saying, look at me, I'm doing all this work. No, he was serious about preaching, man, because he cared about the ministry. He cared about the word. He cared about brothers and sisters, man. So he taught the word and committed himself to it, man. And another thing, Paul didn't deal with women, okay? Lord had a special spirit on that man to where he didn't even deal with women. So he was committed to the work. Okay, but some brothers got families, man. Everybody can't be like Paul, you know. For me, it's hard for me not to deal with women, bro. That shit hard. The scriptures say that we burn, bro. That we came up, you know. All of us came up dealing with women, I assume. But yes, bro, I love women, bro. I love. Let me chill out. But no, man. Hey, brother, this work is serious, bro. Okay, excuses not gonna cut it, man. And for all the things that we so-called lose on this side, brother, our Lord Yahweh shall gonna restore back to us in the kingdom, man. And that's the hope, okay? Because the apostles, they inquired about this, man, about losing everything and following Yahweh. And this is what they said, man. This is Matthew 19:27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? So look, Lord, what we gonna get for forsaking everything in our lives? Now, Peter had a wife, right? That's in the scriptures, man. But he forsook that and his job, right? Because he was a fisherman. And anything that he was so called into in his life, and all the apostles, man, they forsook that and followed Yahweh. And so Peter like, look, Lord, what we going to get for that? It says, verse 28, and Yahweh said unto them, Verily, I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, right, in the kingdom of heaven, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So the apostles, man, they're going to be the top men in the kingdom of heaven, the 12, okay? They're going to be the top men amongst the 144,000. It says, and everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands, right? And wife and lands was mentioned in Luke 14, in which Jake was making an excuse to why they can come serve the Lord. Jake said, look, I got a field I bought, you know, I got oxen, I got a wife, so I can't come. Making excuses, man. It says, once again, it says, and everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or fathers or wife, a mother or wife or children or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So that's the hope, man. Okay? And trust me, brothers in this thing have lost a lot in this world, so-called, man. Families, wives, you know, kids. For the truth's sake, man. But that's okay. Because the Lord gonna give us everything back, man. Everything back, bro. 100-fold. So I guess when he said 100-fold, I guess that means one woman too. I guess we're gonna just get one wife in the kingdom, Mark. That's it, brother. That's all 100-fold you're gonna get, brother. One woman. No, man. In the kingdom of heaven, getting women in the kingdom of heaven gonna be like breathing out. Like inhaling and exhaling, brother. It's gonna be that easy. Okay? It's easy now. It's easy now. Getting women, especially in these times, it's easy. But everything not good for you, man. Even though it's lawful, all things aren't expedient, bro. Most of these hoes ain't nothing. Okay? The vast majority of them, bro. If you come across a good woman, brother, the Lord have mercy on you. He has great mercy, bro, because I've been on a dating scene in Houston. I've seen what this city has to offer, brother. You don't want to be out here. Just serve the Lord, you know. So brother gonna do what they're gonna do or whatnot. But yeah, man, this thing is serious, okay? Stop making excuses, brother, and get the work done, man. Stop making excuses, get the work done. Last precept here. This is Sirach, all right, chapter 20, starting in verse 30. It says, wisdom that is hid and treasure that is hoarded up, what profit is in them both? Better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom. And that's what you're doing when you're making excuses. You're hiding the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that he has given you, man. That talent, okay? You put it in a napkin, man. And it shouldn't be, brother. Get the work done, okay? Do what you got to do to get the Lord's work done, man. This is our first priority. This what truly should matter to you, man. Everything else comes second, bro. That's just what it is. That's how I am. Everything comes second to this, bro. This is my life. This is my salvation that we're talking about. So I'm not going to play with this, man. I'm trying to, put my best foot forward, so to speak, man, to show the Lord that, hey, look, I'm about this thing, man. And I want that blessing, man. I want that crown from Yahweh Shai hand, bro. I be imagining that day, man, to stand before Yahweh Shai and he crown you, bro. Yeah, look, but ain't no feeling compared to that feeling. And look, we don't know how they feel, but just, thinking about it, it's like, man, shit. I want that, man. To be crowned with Yahweh Shai, to sit with him in his throne, man, in his glory. To have that everlasting life, man. To have dominion, okay, slaves and land and all that stuff. We're going to get it, bro. But we got a job to do. And until this job is done, hey, man, hey, look, brother, we got to keep working, man, okay? We got to just keep working out. But we're going to be, preaching too much longer, brother, because this thing's at the doors, all right? It's only 3 prophecy left for this thing hit, and we're going to be out there preaching no more. But before that happens, brother, you got to work, okay? This is what it is. So I pray those edifying out there to you, brothers and sisters, man. I want to close out by giving our praise and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Chakodash, Davan to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect. Shalom. Hey, shalom, shalom.